Drone security needs to be taken more seriously, all the way from the hobby level to Amazon delivery/Ministry of Defense. Drones have so much potential, so much flexibility, and for these reasons they are incredibly desirable to hack for nefarious purposes. Never before have hackers had this kind of access to a tool which has such physical influence in the real world. You can hack a robot arm in a factory, a printer in an office, or set someone's nuclear program back a few years. But no human will ever be near it in the first place. Nobody's going to drown in paper, and you're not going to shut down an airport from a factory. In this demo, I'll show how anyone with a bit of imagination and Google at their fingertips can hack a drone. And this isn't hard. This is the biggest takeaway from this. It's not so hard to imagine that someone who really knows what they're doing could do a lot more and a lot worse. In this guide, I'll be using Kali Linux. Kali Linux is an operating system, but you don't need it to do what I will show you. It can be done in Windows, Mac, or about any distribution of Linux. Kali Linux is just specifically designed for penetration testing and security auditing. Penetration testing being the process by which you invite a hacker to do your worst to your product. So Kali Linux comes with a lot of hacking programs which will do almost anything you would ever want to do. But in this we'll be just focusing on aircrack-ng, which stands for next gen. So what is a deauthentication attack, and exactly why is it possible? Wi-Fi deauthentication attack is a type of denial of service attack that targets communication between a user and a Wi-Fi or wireless access point. Unlike jamming, deauthentication acts in a unique way. The 802.11 Wi-Fi protocol contains the provisions for a deauthentication frame. Sending the frame from the access point to a station is called a sanctioned technique to inform a rogue station that they have been disconnected from the network. Think of this as almost divorce papers, where the deauthentication frame are the papers. But these divorce papers have no holographic marks or anti-forgery devices, just a sender's address on them, and that's the only way to verify them. The attacker essentially sends a fake set of divorce papers and lies about the sender's address using the access point's address instead of its own, the MAC address in this circumstance. You receive the divorce papers, see they are from the registrar's office, and this is not a joke, and you accept your fate. Computers are stupid. What else is there to say? Well, when doing the attack, we constantly send these messages, meaning the user cannot reconnect and the service is denied. These messages are sent unencrypted and unverified for speed. The less time someone who isn't supposed to be on your network spends on it, the better. So let's set the picture. So I'm a hacker, and it's a sunny, lovely day. I'd really love to be out flying a drone, but I don't have one. But you do. Let's make things super easy for me. Let's say it's a Parrot Bebop 2, being flown from your mobile phone, and let's choose Manchester's Hough End as our location, home to Manchester's BMFA Flying Club. I fly here a lot personally, and I see a lot of other people flying here, so knowing the area, this would be the perfect place. Now I'm not the fittest hacker, and I don't feel like running, so I'm going to sit on my laptop over here. That way, even when they go running after their drone, they have an extra long way to go. So back to the more interesting stuff. Now we're on the hacker's laptop now. We'll just log it into Kali Linux, and then we're going to boot up the terminal. Okay, so let's start aircrack by typing in aircrack-ng. Then we're going to follow that up with iwconfig to show what adapters are available to use. Then we can see WLAN0. Follow that up with airmon-ng wireless LAN 0. And that's going to put the card in monitor mode so we can see what's around us. But then to actually get that to dump in, we're going to have to type in iwconfig again to see what the name changed to, which in this case is wireless LAN 0 mon. And then we're going to type aerodump-ng to get the information that the card is seeing into the terminal. Okay, so now from this panel we can see in the top right the name of any Wi-Fi networks available, so we can see your drone there, and then we can also note down the channel it's on. And then we can fill in aerodump-ng wireless LAN 0 mon, the MAC address followed by BSSID followed by the MAC address of the target drone, and then -- channel followed by the channel of the drone as well. And what this is going to do is tell us what devices are actually connected to that access point. Okay, now we need to identify which one of these MAC addresses belongs to the phone, which is really easy because there's only one MAC address here. because one phone controls one drone. So we're going to Control Z to stop that, so then we can copy and paste that MAC address, and then we're going to actually do the attack now. So ARPlay -ng -dauth 0 -c, followed by the phone's MAC address and then the drone's MAC address.